Hey everyone, welcome. On this channel, we're going to get into an advanced look at the story Disastrous Necromancer. Come with me as we unravel the journey of Lin Moyu, from his beginnings to him becoming a force to be reckoned with in a mysterious new world. If this story sounds like something you'll enjoy, please like, share, and comment. Your support helps us keep providing these in-depth looks into the world of Disastrous Necromancer. Now let's continue.
One by one, advanced runes flew out from his fingertips, hovering in the void and emitting light. Lin Moyu didn't even wait for the Human Emperor network to verify the runes. He had full confidence in his rune drawing technique. For mere advanced runes, there was no possibility of making a mistake. The countdown continued, and more runes appeared in the void. Different runes flickered with different colors, illuminating the entire void beautifully. Finally, after the 100th rune flew out, Lin Moyu stopped. By the time the Human Emperor network finished verifying, the countdown had stopped precisely at 59,500. 100 advanced runes, taking 500 seconds, not a second more, not a second less. The Human Emperor network quickly sent a message. Certification complete. Congratulations on successfully passing the certification. Congratulations, you have become a 6th level rune master. Upon inspection, your speed has surpassed the highest historical record for 6th level rune master certification. You will receive an additional reward. Would you like to challenge an even higher record? If successful, the additional reward will be doubled. I seem to have received a similar message during the 5th level rune master certification. If I remember correctly, the reward then was 1000 Divine City merit points and access to view 6th level rune master materials. If I succeed in this challenge as well, I estimate the Divine City merit point reward will be even greater, and I may gain access to view 7th level rune master materials. The appeal of Divine City merit points to Lin Moyu was far less than that of 7th level rune master materials. 7th level rune master materials were also Lin Moyu's purpose for coming here. Since that was the case, he had no reason not to take on the challenge. Challenge. With a thought, he decided to take on the challenge. The countdown in the void changed to a count up, and Lin Moyu's attempt to challenge the 6th level rune master record began to be broadcast live to all rune masters. No matter where rune masters were located, as long as they were in an area covered by the Human Emperor network, they could directly watch this challenge. In an instant, countless rune masters poured in. It's Lin Moyu again. I remember he was the one who challenged last time too. He's already advanced to 6th level rune master? His speed is really too fast. What's so special about that? With his attainments in runes, he's long since reached the level of a 6th level rune master. It's just that he didn't have enough Divine City merit points before, so he couldn't advance. Master Lin's abilities are beyond doubt. His skills surpass not just 6th level rune masters, but even those high level rune masters. Indeed, drawing an advanced rune in 3 seconds, how many high level rune masters can do that? This is Master Lin we're talking about. Last time he entered a state of enlightenment, I gained a lot from watching him. Countless people poured in to watch Lin Moyu's challenge. Not just those low and mid-level rune masters, but many high-level rune masters were also attracted by this news. One by one, high-level rune masters connected to the Human Emperor network and came to watch Lin Moyu's challenge. As the president of the Rune Masters Association, Rune Saint naturally received the news as well. If it were someone else challenging, he might not have bothered to look. Learning it was Lin Moyu challenging, he immediately put down his research and came to watch. He knew very well that his own advancement to Saint level was partly due to Lin Moyu's contributions. Lin Moyu's talent in runes was truly astonishing. Watching his challenge might yield some new insights. Lin Moyu was unaware of how many people were watching his challenge, and even if he knew, he wouldn't have cared. After the challenge was issued, a full 5 minutes passed before there were new changes in the void. The previously drawn runes all disappeared, and the void returned to darkness. The countdown also changed, becoming 6,000 seconds. In other words, the entire challenge would last 10 minutes. Next, Lin Moyu received a prompt from the Human Emperor network. 6th level rune master, rune drawing challenge. Rules as follows. Within 6,000 seconds, draw as many advanced runes as possible. Runes may be repeated. The final score will be determined by the number of runes. The higher the score, the more abundant the additional rewards. Now, the challenge begins. The countdown suddenly began to move, changing from 6,000 to 5,999. Lin Moyu reacted extremely quickly. As soon as the countdown began to move, he started drawing runes. His fingers danced in the void like phantoms, moving so fast they left numerous afterimages. Soul power flowed from his fingertips like sand, turning into ink and forming advanced runes. Each advanced rune contained its own unique abilities and was very complex. But in Lin Moyu's hands, it took only 3 seconds to complete the drawing, 2 seconds faster than when he was being serious. Then, several more runes flew out, also taking 3 seconds each. Lin Moyu's performance elicited different reactions from the observers. Some were excited and cheering for Lin Moyu. But others felt Lin Moyu had reached his limit, even showing a hint of disdain. After all, during the previous challenge, Lin Moyu's speed was also 1 rune every 3 seconds, and it hadn't gotten any faster. In other words, Lin Moyu hadn't made any progress during this time, which was disappointing to some. What a pity, no progress after so long. It seems he's reached his limit. Isn't 3 seconds per rune fast enough? These are advanced runes, you know. I couldn't draw one in 10 minutes. Everyone has different standards. For a genius like Lin Moyu, 3 seconds per rune isn't considered fast. How is that not fast? At least he's unrivaled among 6th level rune masters. Those faster than him are all high level rune masters, but even they are only faster by a fraction of a second. I remember the current highest record is 2 seconds per rune, right? That's correct. That record was set by my family's ancestor. Oh, so you're from the Shu family. My apologies. May I ask, what level rune master was your family's ancestor when he set the record, and what realm was he in? Ancestor was at the peak of Divine Venerable, a 9th level rune master. No wonder. The Shu family descendant suddenly realized he had misspoken. He had actually used his family ancestor's performance at the peak of Divine Venerable and as a 9th level rune master to speak. This naturally wouldn't be accepted by others. What realm was Lin Moyu in? Just a 6th level rune master. To have achieved this much was already unprecedented. Lin Moyu focused single-mindedly on drawing runes diligently. His speed became faster and faster, gradually surpassing 3 seconds, reaching 2.9 seconds per rune. Then it sped up a bit more, reaching 2.8 seconds per rune. The speed is still a bit slow, no improvement compared to last time. Without an increase in realm, 2.8 seconds per rune is already the limit. It can't be improved further. If I want to improve further, I can only try this method. Lin Moyu also knew he had reached a bottleneck. Compared to realm improvement, the improvement in rune drawing speed was much slower. However, Lin Moyu had thought of a way to deal with it. After drawing 1 rune, his right hand suddenly stopped. Then his left hand slowly raised. Lin Moyu's change in action caught everyone's attention. Why did he suddenly stop? Is he giving up on the challenge? Give up my ass, he's already succeeded in the challenge. It's just a matter of how good his score is. I guess the Human Emperor Network must have told him that the better the score, the more rewards. That's normal. I'm asking why he suddenly stopped. He didn't stop, he's thinking of another method. Look at his left hand, it's raised too. Lin Moyu's gaze suddenly became sharp, and both hands began to dance. He was drawing runes with both hands simultaneously, and they were different runes. Everyone was stunned. Someone exclaimed, "It's multitasking, drawing runes with both hands." Many people widened their eyes, looking at Lin Moyu with an extremely shocked expression. It really is drawing runes with both hands. To be able to use this legendary method of drawing runes, Master Lin is truly remarkable. Indeed remarkable, but the speed doesn't seem to have improved, it seems he's not very proficient. Don't worry, I believe Master Lin will get faster and faster. Lin Moyu was multitasking, drawing runes with both hands, and the runes he was drawing were completely different. However, the drawing speed also slowed down, much slower than when he was drawing with one hand. Lin Moyu, with astonishing control, ensured that both hands made no mistakes and completed the runes. 2 completely different runes were completed and flew out almost simultaneously. Then Lin Moyu continued drawing, his hands moving faster and more skillfully. Lin Moyu quickly got used to multitasking, and pairs of runes flew out, faster than before. 5 seconds per pair, not much faster. While multitasking and drawing runes, Lin Moyu still had the capacity to think about other things. With multitasking, his drawing speed increased to 5 seconds per pair of runes, averaging 2.5 seconds per rune. Compared to the previous 2.8 seconds per rune, it was indeed faster, but the improvement was not significant and did not meet expectations. Lin Moyu thought, I can try to go further. His soul power surged, and a phantom hand appeared beside him. This hand was entirely composed of soul power, emitting a powerful aura. After the hand appeared, it also joined in drawing runes, making it 3 hands drawing simultaneously. The onlookers gasped in unison. Heavens, using soul power to condense a hand, drawing with 3 hands. Even while multitasking, he still has the capacity for this, it's terrifying. I have to concentrate fully just to draw one rune, not daring to be distracted at all, but Master Lin can multitask with 3 hands. Is this the difference between a genius and ordinary people? It's really discouraging. I wouldn't have come if I knew. Admit the gap, work hard, and there's a chance to catch up. That's right, only by seeing the peak and knowing where the true summit is can you have a chance to climb up. Lin Moyu's actions stirred a competitive spirit in many people. He became a benchmark, standing at the peak, becoming a target for others to chase. Everyone who becomes a rune master is a genius and has pride. When they are hit, most people's first reaction is not to be discouraged but to strive to catch up. They would think, if you can do it, I can do it too. Everyone is human, nothing is impossible. Lin Moyu was multitasking with 3 hands, drawing runes. At first, the drawing speed decreased again, but as he became more proficient, it steadily increased. Eventually, it stabilized at 7 seconds per set, averaging less than 2.4 seconds per rune. Compared to multitasking with 2 hands, it was an improvement. This was still under the premise of ensuring each rune was perfect. Otherwise, the speed could be even faster. Maintaining the perfection of runes is the most basic pursuit of every rune master, and Lin Moyu would not sacrifice the basics for speed. It seems I still have capacity, why not try multitasking with 4 hands? Let's see if I can get it down to 2 seconds per rune. Lin Moyu felt he still had capacity and could continue to multitask and draw runes. He could achieve this because his soul was strong enough, and he had become accustomed to multitasking through repeated use of the soul calming method. With a thought, another soul hand appeared beside him. With both hands and 2 soul hands, 4 hands began drawing runes together. Multitasking with 4 hands. Everyone was stunned. Multitasking with 2 hands was already a distant dream for ordinary people. Multitasking with 3 hands was already legendary. Unexpectedly, now he was multitasking with 4 hands, breaking people's cognition and imagination again and again. Even the rune saint couldn't help but want to curse. Even he could only multitask with 3 hands at most. After holding back for a long time, he finally uttered 4 words, truly a monster. With multitasking with 4 hands, the speed decreased again, but as he became proficient, it steadily increased. Finally, the drawing speed reached 8 seconds per set. Averaging out, each rune took exactly 2 seconds. Lin Moyu knew this was his true limit. Unless he had a further understanding of the way of runes, it was temporarily impossible to improve. 2 seconds per rune, this speed should not be slower than those high-level rune masters. Lin Moyu muttered to himself. His muttering also reached the ears of the onlookers, causing countless high-level rune masters to blush. Not to mention anything else, just in terms of drawing speed, they were far inferior. The 600-second countdown ended, and Lin Moyu completed 256 runes. Averaging out, each rune took 2.34 seconds. Lin Moyu thought, it should be fine. He didn't know the speed of other 6th-level rune masters, so he couldn't compare. If the challenge could be done again, starting with multitasking with 4 hands, 600 seconds would be enough to draw 300 runes. Lin Moyu planned to see the situation. If this challenge was unsuccessful, he would try again. After waiting for half a minute, the Human Emperor Network brought the result. Congratulations on successfully challenging, additional reward of 10,000 Divine City Merit Points, and access to view 7th-level Rune Master materials. Lin Moyu looked at the reward, it was quite good. After thinking for a while, he gave up on challenging again. The most crucial reward had already been obtained, so there was no need to continue. After he successfully challenged, the live broadcast also ended. The scene changed, and Lin Moyu returned to the Rune Master Association Tower. He was standing on the 6th floor, the area for 6th-level Rune Masters. Many people around him looked at him with admiration. Congratulations, junior brother Lin, for becoming a 6th-level Rune Master. Multitasking with 4 hands, impressive. Junior brother Lin's talent in runes is truly enviable. Not only that, junior brother Lin's ability to clear secret realms is no weaker than his talent in runes. Junior brother Lin has just become a 6th-level Rune Master. If there's anything you don't understand, feel free to ask. We can help with some common knowledge. Everyone expressed their goodwill, each looking very friendly. Rune Masters are often scholars. Their temperaments are usually good, and those with bad tempers generally don't become Rune Masters. Lin Moyu also greeted them with a smile. After some small talk, everyone began their own studies and research. The 6th floor area returned to quietness, and Lin Moyu chose a corner with no one, sat down cross-legged, and began to look at the 7th-level Rune Master materials. Like the Divine Lord, from the 7th level, Rune Masters are also called high-level Rune Masters. The difference between high-level rune masters and ordinary rune masters is no longer limited to drawing runes but involves mastering deeper applications. At this time, 7th-level rune masters face multiple choices, roughly divided into two directions. The first direction is to fuse runes, merging multiple runes into one, ultimately achieving the effects of multiple runes with one rune. The second direction is to combine runes, using multiple runes to form various effects, also known as rune arrays. Generally, rune masters choose one of the two to practice, although some practice both, but the improvement speed is relatively slower. This choice must be made after becoming a 6th-level rune master and mastering all advanced runes. Lin Moyu didn't think much about it. After reading the basic materials, he decided to practice both. Using fused runes to set up rune arrays, this is the most perfect method. Lin Moyu had seen ancient runes and extremely complex rune arrays. He knew very well that no matter which path he chose, the result would be wrong. The path of runes is said to be the fastest way to reach the great world of runes. But similarly, it is not an easy path to walk. Everyone knows that all roads lead to the same destination, but in fact, the path of runes is not like this. To fully walk the path of runes, one must take both roads together and integrate them, ultimately forming ancient runes. Lin Moyu had seen many ancient runes, and without exception, the ancient runes contained a large number of fused runes. These runes included basic runes and advanced runes, which were fused together and then combined into runes. Subsequently, a large number of rune arrays were combined and intertwined to form more complex runes. Ultimately, these runes and the fused runes were nested together to form an extremely complex and powerful rune. This type of rune is called an ancient rune. The sages of ancient times had actually already explored the path forward. Lin Moyu had seen that path, so he knew exactly how to proceed. At least until he reached the end, he didn't need to think too much. He just needed to keep moving forward along the path the ancients had walked. There were many materials for 7th-level rune masters, vast as the sea. Lin Moyu was deeply immersed in them, unable to extricate himself. In fact, the cultivation of rune masters is like this. Half the time is spent reading materials, and the other half is spent drawing runes. Time passed day by day, and in the blink of an eye, Lin Moyu had been in the Rune Master Association Tower for 100 days. In 100 days, he hadn't moved, constantly reviewing various rune materials. These materials explained the methods of rune fusion, which runes could be fused, and the key points of fusion techniques. Many of these were the experiences of predecessors, which were very helpful to Lin Moyu. In 100 days, Lin Moyu had basically read through all the materials for 7th-level rune masters. In his mind, he had also drawn up a list. Which runes could be fused, why they could be fused, and how to fuse them. He had a general idea. With the ideas in place, the next step was to verify them. On the 101st day, Lin Moyu used up all the materials and began to take action. Verification is the step of turning what has been learned into reality. On the 6th floor of the Rune Master Association Tower, Lin Moyu sat there, his fingers casually waving, drawing an advanced rune. A cyan advanced rune appeared in front of Lin Moyu, and a breeze blew through the tower. Most people were focused on their own research and didn't feel the slight breeze. But some people felt the breeze, though they didn't care. They knew someone was testing runes, which was common, and as long as it wasn't excessive, no one would mind. Sometimes, when someone had an insight, it was normal to test it casually. The rune Lin Moyu drew was the general outline of wind runes. It could be further split into various wind runes. There could be sharp winds, making the wind as sharp as a knife. There could also be gentle winds, making the wind as soft as a lover. Almost everything related to wind was in this general outline rune, but it had no power itself. Lin Moyu didn't intend to split it but to fuse it. First step, let's make a flame wind. Lin Moyu thought to himself and drew another rune. This time, the rune was a flame rune, but it was a basic rune. The basic flame rune had no power, at most just igniting a fire. When the red flame rune appeared, it only slightly increased the nearby temperature, with no other effects. Lin Moyu's soul moved, enveloping the two runes, using his soul as a bridge to fuse them. Fusing an advanced rune with a basic rune was already beyond most rune masters. Most rune masters, when first encountering rune fusion, chose to fuse two basic runes and then gradually improved. Few, like Lin Moyu, started with an advanced rune. In his 100 days of study, Lin Moyu had developed his own insights. He knew that the key to rune fusion was the soul. His soul power was strong enough to facilitate rune fusion to a certain extent. Moreover, even if he failed, there would be no loss, so it was worth a try. With this mindset, Lin Moyu decisively chose to start his rune fusion career by fusing an advanced rune with a basic rune. The two runes approached each other, connected by soul power. Gradually, the wind grew stronger, and the temperature began to rise. The wind fueled the fire, and the fire borrowed the wind's power. The two runes interacted, each enhancing the other. Lin Moyu also felt resistance. The two runes of different natures and levels seemed to be in conflict. They were repelling each other, refusing to get close. But while rejecting each other, they were also using each other's rune attributes to enhance themselves. Mutual generation and restraint is a hurdle that must be overcome in rune fusion. Using the soul as a bridge is the first step. The second step is to use the soul to suppress them, forcing them to fuse. Lin Moyu instantly increased his soul power, firmly suppressing the two runes. With a strong hand, he forced them to accept each other. No matter how unwilling the two runes were, no matter their opposition, at this moment, Lin Moyu was in control. Lin Moyu felt like an emperor in some small world, where his decree of marriage could not be opposed. The wind grew stronger, and the temperature rose. It seemed that flames appeared in the space, carried by the strong wind, flying everywhere. Finally, some rune masters were awakened, looking over with some displeasure. But when they saw it was Lin Moyu, they all lost their temper. Lin Moyu was a true genius, and it was best not to offend him if possible. When they saw what Lin Moyu was doing, they all widened their eyes. Heavens, junior brother Lin is actually starting to fuse runes. Didn't he just become a 6th level rune master? How is he starting rune fusion so quickly? Geniuses can't be judged by common sense. I think he had already mastered all advanced and basic runes, and the 6th level rune master certification was just a formality. I think so too. When I saw him drawing runes before, I found it strange. How could a 6th level rune master be so proficient? He actually chose to fuse an advanced rune with a basic rune. This is a high difficulty start. It is indeed a high difficulty start, but it shouldn't be difficult for him. Two major directions. I didn't expect him to choose the rune fusion direction. His soul power is strong, so choosing this direction is not wrong. One by one, the 6th level rune masters expressed their opinions. Lin Moyu didn't care about what they said. He was carefully feeling the feedback from his soul power. His soul power was strong enough to forcefully suppress the runes for fusion. But this was just knowing the what. Lin Moyu wanted to know the why. During the process of the two runes approaching, there were different reactions, which could convey a lot of information. Gradually, he had some insights. So that's how it is. The root of fusion should be in the frequency. As long as the frequencies are the same, fusion can occur. Let's complete this fusion first and then study further next time. Lin Moyu made up his mind, his soul power surged, and he forcibly pushed the two runes together. The strong wind stopped the moment the rune fusion was completed. Everything returned to normal, the temperature quickly dropped, and everything was back to normal. In Lin Moyu's palm, a cyan rune with a hint of red was floating. The fused rune, wrapped in soul power, appeared somewhat dazzling. This was no longer a simple advanced rune but a fused rune. It no longer belonged to the category of advanced runes, but its level was also unclear. The fused rune might be much stronger than before the fusion, or it might become weaker. Two advanced runes fused together might not even be as good as a basic rune. Conversely, two basic runes fused together might surpass an advanced rune. Fused runes are like this, seemingly with infinite possibilities. This was just the fusion of two runes. There could be 3 or even 4 runes fused together. According to the materials, the highest record for rune fusion among the human race is the fusion of 6 runes. This record was created by the previous ancestor of the Shu family, 60,000 years ago. The current ancestor of the Shu family has become a rune saint but still hasn't broken the record of fusing 6 runes. Lin Moyu carefully observed the first rune he fused by himself, feeling the information transmitted from the rune. Many 6th level rune masters nearby witnessed Lin Moyu's rune fusion, starting with a high difficulty approach and succeeding on the first try. They were somewhat shocked, but due to Lin Moyu's outstanding performance in the Rune Master Challenge, they were mentally prepared and quickly recovered. Sure enough, he succeeded. Junior brother Lin is indeed impressive. Junior brother Lin's talent in runes is not weaker than his ability to clear secret realms. I wonder if he can break the record for rune fusion as he continues to cultivate. I think it's very possible. Such talent is unheard of. At this moment, Lin Moyu was completely focused on the rune in his palm, ignoring everything else. Section 2181-2369. Soul power firmly wrapped around the fused rune, feeling every detail of it. This fusion was forcibly completed using soul power, so it's not perfect. On the surface, it looks like the two runes are fused together, but there are still significant issues internally. This degree of fusion is at most 50%. If this rune were placed in a formation, it would greatly reduce the formation's effectiveness. A 1,000-mile dike can be destroyed by an ant's nest. It can't be like this. Lin Moyu suddenly remembered a saying he had heard in his previous life. A small flaw might seem insignificant at first glance, but a flaw is a flaw, and its existence is an unstable factor. At the same time, Lin Moyu also thought of the magic planet. The magic planet also had the concept of fusion. When it was sublimated to a magic star and then upgraded to a white star, the whole process was accompanied by an increase in fusion. There were many commonalities between the two. Lin Moyu suddenly had a flash of inspiration and somewhat understood. True fusion shouldn't be like this, but rather. His palm shook slightly, dispersing the rune in his hand. Then he casually waved his fingers, drawing a cyan rune again. It was still the same as before, the general outline of the wind rune. Next, he drew the flame rune again. The two runes were exactly the same as before. Lin Moyu began the second fusion based on his understanding. His actions once again attracted the attention of others. Weren't these two runes already successfully fused? Why did it again? I don't know. Could there have been a problem with the previous fusion? The fusion was already successful. Rune fusion is either a success or a failure. What problem could there be? Just because you think there's no problem doesn't mean there isn't one. A genius's thoughts are not something we ordinary people can understand. Exactly, just watch and learn. It's a rare opportunity. Some people had already spent points to have the Human Emperor Network record Lin Moyu's actions, fearing they wouldn't understand it in one go and could watch it repeatedly. Lin Moyu had now become a benchmark among rune masters, and whatever he did attracted a lot of attention. Many people had been inspired by him during his enlightenment. Many people called Lin Moyu Master Lin. Although there was no formal master-disciple relationship, there was a practical one. Any of Lin Moyu's actions naturally attracted special attention. Soul power flowed into the two runes simultaneously. Rune fusion still required soul power as a bridge, but this time Lin Moyu used much less soul power, more than 10 times less than before. This level of soul power couldn't forcibly fuse the two runes. He had already proven that brute force was not the right way. What was needed now was skill. The sensitivity of soul power played an extremely important role at this moment. Lin Moyu found that his soul power underwent subtle changes as it entered the runes. These subtle changes appeared in the frequency of the soul power. Soul power is not static, it always vibrates at a certain frequency. When soul power is strong, the vibration frequency is very high and fast. When soul power is weak, the vibration frequency decreases and slows down. The two streams of soul power Lin Moyu output had the same strength and vibration frequency. But after entering the runes, the vibration frequencies of the two streams changed slightly. Most people can't feel the vibration frequency of the soul, only someone with an extremely sensitive soul like Lin Moyu can. The change in vibration frequency also caused a slight change in the strength of the soul. This slight change might be less than 1%, but it was this slight change that prevented the two runes from fusing. Experienced rune masters would constantly try to adjust, accumulate experience, and finally complete rune fusion through experience. But Lin Moyu could clearly feel the vibration frequency of the soul, so he didn't need to go through such trouble. He adjusted the output strength of the soul bit by bit, making the frequencies of the two streams of soul power consistent. This was a very delicate process, requiring careful adjustments. Especially for the first time, Lin Moyu was extremely cautious. In the eyes of others, Lin Moyu sat there motionless after outputting the two streams of soul power, doing nothing. What is he doing? Why isn't he moving? I don't know. It looks like he's observing the two runes. He has already mastered the runes completely. What else is there to see? Can he see something new? I don't understand. Maybe only Master Lin himself knows. Although everyone was puzzled, no one voiced their questions. Rune masters are not lacking in patience. After waiting for half an hour, Lin Moyu finally moved. After careful adjustments, the soul power injected into the two runes finally reached the same vibration frequency. Lin Moyu maintained this state and began to bring the two runes closer together. The wind didn't get stronger, and the temperature didn't rise. The two runes naturally fused together. Everything was so natural, without any hindrance, as if the two runes were originally one. This is the true use of soul power as a bridge. Lin Moyu's lips curved into a charming smile, his eyes shining brightly. In his palm, the fused rune slowly rotated. The cyan rune with a hint of red was beautiful and magnificent. It looked like the fused rune had gained substance, no longer illusory, like a beautiful jade. No, it wasn't like jade, it was truly becoming substantial, turning into a jade talisman in an instant. The whole scene became extremely quiet, everyone staring blankly at the jade-like rune. No one spoke, but the shock in their eyes was unmistakable. Until a shout broke the silence, waking everyone up. Perfect fusion. Perfect fusion is a sacred term. At least in the minds of rune masters, this term represents strength, talent, and incredibility. Historically, very few rune masters have achieved perfect fusion. If it happens, it is usually by chance and cannot be replicated. If the fusion degree is 99%, it is only 1% short of perfect fusion. For the entire rune, the difference is small. But perfect fusion is perfect fusion, an existence without any flaws. It is not about the power or strength, but about the term perfect fusion. All rune masters who achieve perfect fusion will be recorded in history, even if it is only once, they will be remembered forever. Among the hundreds of 6th level rune masters present, many will choose the path of rune fusion in the future. Perfect fusion is their dream, achieving it even once would make their life worthwhile. But Lin Moyu achieved perfect fusion on his second attempt at rune fusion, realizing a dream that they might never reach in their lifetime. This cannot be described as a miracle. At this moment, even miracles seem pale. Everyone looked at Lin Moyu as if they had seen a ghost. Everyone had the same thought in their minds: how did he do it? How did he do it? This question kept repeating, but no one got an answer. At this moment, Lin Moyu had a thought and said loudly, "Apply for certification as a 7th level rune master." He had just completed the 6th level rune master certification not long ago and now wanted to apply for the 7th level rune master certification. Everyone thought it was normal. Lin Moyu was fully qualified. If even Lin Moyu was not qualified, then what were the existing 7th level rune masters? After Lin Moyu submitted his application, he quickly received a response from the Human Emperor Network. Section 2182-2369. After inspection, you meet the certification requirements. Now proceeding with the Rune Master Certification Assessment. Lin Moyu disappeared and was sent to the dedicated assessment room for Rune Master certification. The requirements for a 7th level Rune Master are 20,000 Divine City Merit Points, Intermediate Divine City Permissions, Divine Sovereign Realm, and 6th level Rune Master. Lin Moyu met all these requirements, so there was no problem. It was still the familiar room, with a void in front of him and a large countdown timer in the void. The 6,000 second countdown was hanging there, not yet officially started. The rules for the 7th level Rune Master certification are as follows. First, fuse a rune within the specified time, with no specific requirements. Second, set up a rune array within the specified time, with no specific requirements. 2 choices, choose one for certification. The rules provided 2 choices, representing the 2 paths of rune masters. Lin Moyu knew very well that to reach the end, both paths must be taken together. But now he was just doing the Rune Master certification. As long as he could become a 7th level Rune Master, it didn't matter how he proceeded in the future. Lin Moyu said loudly, "I choose the first option, fuse a rune." Choice confirmed, assessment begins. With the voice of the Human Emperor Network, the 6,000 second countdown began to tick down, second by second. The assessment only required successfully fusing one rune, with no specific requirements for the rune's level or fusion degree. As long as the rune could be successfully fused, the certification would be passed. The simplest method was to directly draw 2 basic runes. Then forcibly use soul power to fuse them together, without worrying about the fusion degree, and the assessment would be passed. However, Lin Moyu did not intend to do that. Since he had the ability to achieve perfect fusion, why waste his talent? Multitasking, drawing with both hands simultaneously. In the blink of an eye, a large and a small rune appeared in front of him. It was still the general outline of the wind rune and the flame rune. 2 streams of soul power flowed into them, quickly making adjustments. With the experience from the previous time, Lin Moyu adjusted very quickly, taking less than 2 minutes to adjust the soul power to the same strength and frequency. Soul power formed a bridge, and the large and small, wind and fire, cyan and red runes approached each other and naturally fused together. There was no conflict, no leakage of power, not even the slightest energy fluctuation. A brand new fused rune was produced. The fused rune emitted a beautiful luster, and the outer layer quickly hardened, forming a jade-like substance. Rune turning into jade, a sign of perfect fusion. Lin Moyu was very satisfied with his work and pushed the rune into the void for verification by the Human Emperor Network. The Human Emperor Network acted quickly, completing the verification in just 2 seconds. The countdown stopped at 5,865 seconds. From drawing the rune to fusing it, Lin Moyu took a total of 135 seconds. This speed was already top-notch. Verification successful, congratulations on becoming a 7th level rune master. At the same time, the Rune Saint also received information from the Human Emperor Network. A new 7th level rune master will be added to the Rune Master Association. Name, Lin Moyu. Rune talent evaluation, legendary. The Rune Saint was stunned. Didn't he just become a 6th level rune master not long ago? How did he become a 7th level rune master so quickly? Did he choose the path of rune fusion or rune arrays? The Rune Saint had a thought, lightly tapped his finger, and a screen appeared in front of him showing Lin Moyu in the assessment room. In the next second, his eyes widened, and he couldn't help but exclaim, "Perfect fusion." The Saint's aura fluctuated violently, causing a huge commotion. In the area where he was, the weather changed dramatically, and the laws roared. Countless lines of law bent and even broke under the influence of the Saint's aura. The wind howled, the rain poured, lightning flashed, and thunder roared, changing the color of the sky and earth. The Rune Saint realized something was wrong and immediately restrained his aura, which lasted only 3 seconds. Fortunately, he was in Divine City, which was extremely sturdy and did not cause much impact. If he were in an ordinary star, the 3 seconds of aura fluctuation would be enough to shatter a star and cause a galaxy to tremble. For ordinary people, a slight fluctuation in the Saint's aura would be an unspeakable disaster. This is why Saints and those in the other shore realm stay away from ordinary stars. Ordinary galaxies cannot withstand their disturbances. 3 figures appeared simultaneously at the place where the Rune Saint was in seclusion. The Saint of Hao, the Saint of War, and the Saint of Killing arrived simultaneously. The Rune Saint sensed them and opened the door to welcome them in. What happened? The Saint of Killing, the most impatient and direct, asked. The Saint of Heaven looked around but found nothing unusual. The Saint of Hao's gaze stayed on the screen projected by the Human Emperor Network, and he exclaimed in disbelief, "This is impossible." The Rune Saint smiled bitterly, "Nothing is impossible. The fact is right in front of us." The Saint of Killing also saw the screen but was not sure, is this perfect fusion? The Saint of War said in a low voice, he should be undergoing the certification assessment, right? 7th level Rune Master? The Rune Saint nodded. The Saint of War pondered, perfect fusion has an element of luck. Rune Saint, you have also achieved perfect fusion a few times, so an occasional success doesn't mean much. The Rune Saint said, that's true for others, but for Lin Moyu, I can't be sure. When it comes to Lin Moyu, common sense cannot be applied. The Saint of War said, in that case, we can test him. I remember you set up special challenges and corresponding rewards when Lin Moyu was promoted to a 5th level Rune Master. The Rune Saint said, at that time, I set tasks corresponding to the challenges and rewards for 5th and 6th level Rune Masters, but I haven't touched the 7th level and above yet. Then I'll set a new task now.